Hi, everybody. I'm David Mashian, and I'm Dave the Real Estate Guy. Today, we're going to cover Chapter 16, which is all about prospecting. So, your direct line to making money is prospecting using the phone. Now, I know a lot of people like to sell products and have a lot of people convinced that the phone is really not effective. It's about having email marketing, having a fantastic website, doing um, direct mail, postcards, whatever, blogs, all these things. But none of these really work as well as direct calls. Now, a lot of people don't want to make calls. So those other ways of making business happen is really very appealing. It's really easy just to press a button, pay some money, and pretend that you're going to get all this business. And I've done them all. I did not see any of these as effective as making calls directly to property owners. So I'm just telling you from my experience, this works. If you look at the most successful brokers, they still do this. Even if they don't need to, they have a great book of business. They're always filling their pipeline by making direct calls to property owners that are in their market with their product type that they focus on. So it's super important you understand this because this is really where the rubber meets the road in the business of brokering. We're going to offer you some scripts and dialogues in this chapter that's going to help you make those meetings. That's really going to put you at the top in your business. So the first way is the direct approach. Just be straight. Tell them what it is you're calling about, what you want, and how you can help them, right? The second is the property for sale in the area. I call it Propertunity. Everybody wants to know what's for sale. There's a ton of deal junkies out there who want to know what's for sale. Even the people who are not active, they'll want to know what's for sale because that way they get an idea of what's going on in the market and ultimately what their property's probably worth, right? The third way is give them a free property valuation. It can be in the form of a rent survey. You're taking a rent survey and offering them rent comparables, and that's a reason to meet, or you're offering them properties that have sold in the area and sending them sales comparables when you meet with them, or giving them the sales comparables. Or it could just be a free kind of a BPO, broker price opinion, a free evaluation of what you think their property's worth, right? The last one is new laws or developments in the area. That's going to be something useful for people who want to know, well, what's happened? Is there new developments? Are they widening the road? Are they building a freeway? Are they building some kind of shopping center? Is there a hotel going in? Are they tearing down something? Is the government spending money to rehab or reface a lot of the properties in the area? Is my area, my property value going to go up or down? Did they change zoning? Is there rent control? What's happening with rent control? All of these are very important things that they will want to know and is a reason for you to have a dialogue with them and to meet. So you got to remember, this is all very, very key information that you're providing. Everything, all of this on this screen. So going into the direct approach, this is basically an anatomy of the call from the direct approach. Very simple. Hi, this is David Mashian. I'm calling from XYZ Commercial. May I speak to John? This is John. Hi, John. How are you? You got to wait to listen for the answer, okay? Don't just go into your spiel. I'm fine. Oh, good. John, I'm calling you about your property on 123 Main Street in Irvine. I want to reach out to you and see if you had any plans to sell it or invest in anything else. No, I don't. No problem, John. I really am really I really specialize in apartments in the Irvine area. And while I hear you loud and clear that you're not doing anything right now, someday you may want to do something, be it an exchange, a refinance, find a tenant, whatever it is. When that day comes, I'd like to really help you. I'll just come by and drop off my business card and shake your hand. So your version is going to be different. It's going to be definitely much more natural and more spontaneous. But basically, the points are to make are that you specialize in that area with that product type. So they understand that you really are the doctor, right? You specialize in apartment sales in Irvine. Or maybe you're the shopping center guru. Maybe the triple net guy or the hotel person or whatever. They need to know that. Okay? Otherwise, why would they want to meet you? And how are you going to be relevant to them in the future? You're going to be relevant to them because you're going to help them find an exchange, maybe do a refinance, or find a tenant for their vacancy. This is where the relationship has life, right? It goes beyond just a one call. So you got to give them some reason that they want to continue speaking with you. So the reason is any of these, but ultimately you got to meet with them. And when you say, I'll just come by and drop off my business card to shake your hand, just really mean that. It's going to be just a shake hand. Here's my card. Good to meet you. Let's keep in touch. Make sure you ask for the meeting in many different ways and multiple times in the phone call. They may say no, they may resist, but then again, offer them something else that will make the meeting much more relevant for them, valuable to them. Okay? Worst case scenario, just do the drop off the card. In all my experience, I've never just went by and dropped off a card. It always ended up being an hour-long meeting because we ended up talking shop. They wanted to know certain things. Usually, if they're meeting you, there's something that's there for them to meet with you. Otherwise, if there's nothing there, they're not going to do it. The second way is a opportunity. Okay, you find a deal that you think is good to talk to everyone about. And everybody wants a good deal and want to talk to you. Okay, so what you need to do is go in the listings that you have at your in your company, right? If you're working for a brokerage that specializes in commercial, they probably have a listing that works in the property type you have, right? They may have an apartment or retail or office or industrial. Pick up those listings that's already in the company and pitch those as an opportunity to talk to these people. If that doesn't happen, worst case scenario, go online, pick up a deal that you think is worthwhile, right? But have a setup sheet in front of you to discuss everything about the deal. Okay, setup sheet is a one-pager that says what the relevant points of this property are, like the address, how many units, how many square footage, what's the cost per square foot, what's the cap rate, what's the rent roll, etc. All these things are going to be relevant that you're going to have a reason to talk. Okay? And prospects will want to know this stuff because if they're active in the market, they'll want to know it. Especially if it's not listed, or there's a certain thing to the deal that is not readily understood or out there in the market, right? Maybe the owner's motivation has increased dramatically, and even though they've already seen the property online multiple times, but you're calling them to say, wow, the seller's motivation is hugely accelerated since just a few months ago. So whatever gets you in front of them to make the meeting. So here's the anatomy of a call for a opportunity. Hi, this is David Mashian calling from XXX Commercial. May I speak to John? This is John. Hi, John. How you doing? I'm good. John, I see that you own retail property in Irvine, and I'm contacting you to tell you about a great retail property we have listed here. Would you be interested in this? Chances are he's going to say yes. He wants to hear about it. He owns property there. He's already committed to the area and the product type. They want to hear about it. So this is a great way of getting people on the phone to connect with them, to ultimately meet with them in person. Take advantage of this. Another way we talked about is either sales reports, offering us a free valuation, etc. Here's the anatomy of a call for a property sales report. This is David Mashian calling from XYZ Commercial. May I speak to John? This is John. Hi, John. How you doing? I'm great. John, I see you own retail property in Irvine, and I'm contacting you to tell you because we just finished our property sales analysis report for Irvine. Would you like me to send you a free copy? Yes, I would. Please do. Great. You know what? I can meet with you. I see your office is in Irvine. I come by there all the time. I'll be there, in fact, tomorrow. Why don't I come by and drop off and give you a free report and just give you a copy of my card, shake hands, and move on. See how you change it from a property sales report to also doing the direct? You're going to just come by, drop off a business card and the sales report. Obviously, you can send the sales report, but you want to ultimately make it a meeting, a reason to meet. Okay? The last one we talked about is the reason to meet is new laws and developments, right? So, like we talked about, it could be rent control, it could be new roads, new bridges, new schools, new housing developments, whatever's going on. It could be that they changed the law in terms of zoning. They've reduced the zoning in terms of making it tighter and harder to do things, or they've made it easier, or they're offering incentives. So you never know. So you got to be able to have this information to offer people, because otherwise, they, believe it or not, they, even though they own real estate, they're not on top of it like you are. You're the specialist. You need to offer that information to them, and then they'll see you as a very valuable partner where they want to be with you. There's literally, when I was brokering, people made points of being with me, buying me lunch, because they knew I'm in the market. They knew that I'm going to give them deals or give them information that's going to really propel their business. So make sure that you know your worth, your value. You really offer an indispensable service to a lot of people, which is going to make them millions. So really know your worth. All right, guys, that's the end of chapter 16. We're going to chapter 17. I'll talk to you soon.